Alright, so what is good, everybody on YouTube? This is of course your boy B, Bullet RC, coming to you guys again with yet another. And listen, the weekend is almost over, which means it's time to get into this week's Heat or Hype, where we go through the latest sneaker releases, sneaker rumors, or anything I want to talk about in streetwear or sneaker wear world. That is what we do here today. And remember, if I don't talk about a shoe, either I forgot about it, didn't edit it in, or it was just that basura that I did not want to expose y'all to it. Now, January has been somewhat of a slow month for sneakers. It's been kind of a bad month too, with a lot of basura on the list. And we got some basura on this week's list too. I don't know what it is about 2019, but my guy, come on. It's some bad shit dropping. But we will get into all that goodness slash badness in a second. So let's get into this week's Heat or Hype. So first off for this week, we got the neutral gray Air Jordan 1. And honestly, this one kind of snuck up on me. I wasn't the biggest fan from the pictures, but after seeing some videos, some more images, maybe not the best one to sleep on, if I'm being honest. The grays look pretty good. The crimson on the back looked pretty good. And all in all, I just thought it was a better looking sneaker after the drop. I kind of had already passed on them in my mind. And I still don't really need them. I can live without them. But at the end of the day, it still was a clean Air Jordan 1 colorway. I'm just not too sure if I'm feeling like the writing on the outside of like the medial part of the leather, like the SP Air Jordan 19 Retro. Like, listen, the Virgil vibes, we got it with the Off-White collection. And it can get real corny real quick. And luckily on this shoe, it doesn't really take away from it at all. It's just a little thing, just like on the Turbo Greens, which we'll talk about a little bit later. It's on that shoe too, but it doesn't really take away from it. So I'm just glad it's not too big and too out there, but it didn't really need to be on the side of the shoe. Regardless though, still a good release. Definitely better than I thought they were. Up next, we got two more releases come from Adidas and Pharrell. You got the Crazy BAYW as well as the Solar Glide Hue. And both of these are coming in Chinese New Year colorways. So you got red and yellow white, and then you also have red, black, and white. You know, I like the Solar Hue Glide. They're pretty comfy. They fit a little bit better, a little bit more roomy than like Ultra Boost or something like that. And they're cool, but for me, this one was an easy pass on both the Solar Hues as well as the BYW. It's just so many colorways, and I know it's not bad colorways, but I don't know, they just feel kind of lackluster to me. I get the theme Chinese New Year, but I don't know, maybe it's just because we've seen so many Chinese New Year shoes over the years. Like every year we get a new Chinese New Year shoe, and that just leads to more sneaker releases, which is good, but it also leads to more sneaker releases. And what I mean by that is more BS colorways or stuff that might not be as good as it could be. Could these colorways be better somehow? I don't know. Maybe add something, maybe take something away, or maybe just don't drop them. All in all, it's not a bad colorway like I said, but I don't know, it's just kind of another BS Pharrell colorway, and we're going to be getting a lot more of those. I mean, how many, if anyone knows the exact number of Pharrell and Adidas collabs, drop that down below in the comment box, because I want to know what that number is. Up next, we have this Adidas release that is the Celebrate Black Culture release, and it's this shoe. Now, I know the obvious joke everybody went for is, well, it's a black culture shoe, but it's like a white sneaker. Ah, good joke. You got it. But to me, that wasn't even a thing. I mean, yeah, it makes sense, but the shoe doesn't need to be black to celebrate black culture. It just kind of seemed lazy, and this is another example of maybe you should not even drop these, because on the outside it just looks like a plain basic all over white Ultra Boost. Then on the inside eyelets you have different colors, and then on the insole it just says CBC, Celebrate Black Culture. It's just a weak, you know, a weak attempt at that type of design or something like that. I mean, these could have been way better. A Black History Month Ultra Boost can be way better than these right here, and that's all I really gotta say about those. Now, I know a lot of people think I just pick on certain brands, and that is incorrect, my G. If you make some bad shit, as I always say, I'm fair, bro. You make some bad shit, I'ma say it. You make some good shit or something I like, I'ma say that too. But this Adidas Taekwondo for small feet gang only. Yes, this is I made sure to read. This is a lifestyle Adidas sneaker. This is for the women. For any small feet gang out there, I just want y'all to let me know down below in the comments, is this a shoe that y'all will wear? Because this is another sneaker that could possibly make it on the list. Maybe if enough small feet gang chimes in and says put it on the list, we'll put it on the list for Bacardi Bull. I mean, I was scrolling through and I was like, okay, this must be, you know, an actual like martial arts Taekwondo shoe, but no, it's a lifestyle shoe. These right here, these are ass, these are Basuda. Let's get to the next shoe because I want to talk about some good shit rather than some bad shit, but I don't think we're going to get that next. I really think that Nike is trying to make me hate the 720 sole. When I initially got my Air Max 720s, I liked them. But with these other iterations of that sole onto other shoes, they're trying to make me not like the 720 bubble. And right now we have these two 720 models. We have an Air Max Up Tempo 720. Yes, they took the Air More Tempo upper and then put it on a 720 sole and was like, yeah, that's it. That's the ticket. We should definitely drop these. Mind you, they have already driven the up tempo into the ground with colorway after colorway after colorway, and now they flip it with a 720 sole. It does not look good. Does not look good in my opinion. And then we have this other Air Max 720 sneaker, which kind of goes with the racing theme. I know there is another sneaker we're going to talk about in a second, that Nike's doing kind of a racing theme for All-Star Weekend, and these look like that same racing theme. And there's parts of this shoe that I like. I like the racing theme on the back, the writing on the air bubble, the zipper on the side. It just looks like a crazy design. Definitely looks like a motorcycle sneaker or something. But then you get to the bottom and you have the big air bubble, and I'm looking at them right here, and part of me is like, okay, I can kind of see where somebody might like these because they are crazy and they are out there, but this is not a shoe for everyone at all. So you have these, which have no official name, as well as the up-tempo joints, and the up-tempo joints are just horrible. They're horrible. Y'all know I'm on Twitter all the time just scoping out. A lot of people at me about sneakers, and people added me about the motorcycle 720 or the high top joint. And I was like, I mean, I don't want to call them ugly off rip, but I'll just say they not for everybody. And before we get to this next one, I just want to apologize for all the Basuda on the list, because a lot of people ask me about these sneakers and want me to talk about them. So blame, they're here. And we saw this one surface a long time ago. I said they were ass back then, and they are still ass. The floral Foamposite. This is supposed to be the Valentine's Day Foamposite for this year, 2019. And these shits are still ass. Maybe for small feet gang out there, maybe some ladies out there can make these work with the flowers and stuff all over them, but the Foamposite, bro, I want the Foamposite to be great again. And with colorways like this, it's just not seeming like they wanted to bring it back. I've been saying, like, I hope that they just put Foamposites away, put them away in the vault, and when they come back, drop the pearls, like the Pearl Pros. Like, okay, now we're cooking. I mean, we got good colorways like Eggplant recently, the Coppers recently. I believe the Royals released somewhat recently. The Pros, I think, dropped back in 2011 or 2012. So I would like to see the Pros come back. They dropped the red ones again, which kind of flew off shelves. So there are good Foamposite colorways, but there are just so many bad ones that cloud it, like these floral shits right here. So put the foams in the vault and bring back the pearls in a couple years. I think that would be good. I don't think anybody would be mad at that. Now, I mentioned that racing theme earlier, and this was the Air Force Ones that go with that same racing theme, and these are all-star sneakers. So I believe that these, as well as those 720s, are going to release somewhere around All-Star Weekend. I'm not sure if there are any other racing themed sneakers dropping, but you know, they have the Air Force Ones and those 720s. You guys obviously see I do like the racing theme, but when it's done well, or when it's some vintage heat, something like this jacket, shouts out to the thrift for this jacket, by the way, because people ask me where I got it from every time I wear it. Yes, the thrift store. It was like, it was expensive at 20 bucks at the thrift, but still a fire jacket. It's looking like a pass, looking like an easy pass. I just want to see if there's any other sneakers with this racing theme that I might actually fuck with. We also got this sneaker right here, which is the Jordan Proto React, or at least that's the name for it right now. Obviously, as you guys can see, it reminds me of the utility Air Jordan 1. I'm pretty sure it's going to be similar. The sole looks a bit different, and the all black upper. It definitely kind of reminds me of somewhat of a tech wear look, but I don't know about these guys either. I want to give these types of Jordans a chance and actually try them on before I give like my final opinion on them. But as of right now, these black ones really aren't pulling me, and I don't really like the collar, how it is around the sneakers. Kind of a loose collar. You have to kind of like tighten it down. Similar to the, I think it's the Commuter, kinda. I don't know why this shoe reminds me of the Commuter a little bit. Just that lacing and that strap in the back. But as far as this shoe goes, the Proto React, you know, I'm just gonna hold my tongue, reserve my judgments, and hopefully I can get a pair in hand and check them out and, you know, give my final opinion. But this was releasing sometime in spring this year. Up next, we got 2 small feet game releases. I'm assuming it's gonna be sometime around either Valentine's Day or All-Star Weekend, and these are the Silt red pairs. Now we have this Air Jordan 1 with the zip up on the side, with the zip up on the front. You know, this is small feet gang stuff. The zipper thing, you guys know, I'm personally not a big fan of. I don't know if the ladies out there is really feeling these. From what I've been seeing on IG, not really. It's just, you know, black, pink, and gold, and on an Air Jordan 1 with the zipper on the tongue. Then you also have the Silt red Air Jordan 4, which are these right here. And you know, a lot of times when I see, you know, ladies or small feet gang talk about sneakers that are made specifically for women, the complaint a lot of time is that it is those girly colors, which is pinks and purples. A lot of ladies or small feet gang out there seem like they just want the men's sneakers, you know, just like the men's sneakers, just made in their size, just a smaller size. You know how, you know, the small feet gang 4s kind of had that different sole sometimes? They just want the 4 with the sole the same as the men's. It's kind of like that idea. If I'm wrong, any small feet gang out there, let me know. But that seems like the general consensus when it comes to women's releases, is that they want the men's sneakers just in, you know, their size, just like the men's. Every detail down to those details, just in a small size for them. And I guess these new Silt red kind of play more into that pink, purpley, girly kind of colorway. But it is what it is. Small feet gang, y'all let me know. We're also getting another For the Love of the Game colorway this year. Once again, small feet gang. And once again, they are like a pinkish fuchsia, like, I don't know. You guys see the color. You guys see the color. And we literally just talked about this type of colorway. So I'm leaving it at that. For the Love of the Game on some Air Jordan 4s for the women, small feet gang out there. Let's just hop to the next one. It's the same shit literally we just talked about. Up next, we got the Air Jordan 9 Dream It, Do It. And you know, this colorway, I probably won't end up picking it up, but I do like the vintage colorway and the vintage color blocking on the sneaker, with this crazy blue, with the yellow, with the purples. Even the tab on the tongue says Dream It and Do It. And I like that callback to some of the old, you know, Nike stuff, Jordan drops. And I like this colorway. I like the colors on the shoe, but the actual shoe itself, I'm not gonna be copping. Now, these 9s are supposed to be dropping on March 9th, I believe, so in about a little bit over a month. And honestly, I'm more kind of waiting to see if they drop any tees with that Dream It, Do It kind of slogan on it, or something with those similar colors. Dream It, Do It, Air Jordan 9. I like the vintage vibes more than I actually like the sneaker itself when they put it all together. We also got what they're calling the Air Jordan 1 Phantom, which is right here. Now these are dropping in March as well, and it really reminds me of man, what was the colorway called of the all over kind of like cream or off-white ones? I have them back here and you guys are gonna see it. It kind of looks like that sneaker with a red outline and a red collar around the ankle. The leather on it does look good. The leather reminds me of the same leather on the Flint Gray 6s. If anyone's seen those in hand in the mall, that's kind of what the leather reminds me of on these ones right here. Now to me, it really isn't a bad pair of ones. It's pretty regular. They do the job, and I could definitely see people going out to cop these. You know, it's kind of one of those one-off Air Jordan 1 colorways, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot more ones again in the year 2019. We've seen a lot last year. this year. I'm pretty sure they're not going to stop dropping because obviously people keep buying them. So here's another one, and I'm sure we'll have a lot more to talk about later this year. Now this one will be pretty quick because it's just an update. I had a homie on Twitter actually asked me when was the shoe dropping. So the Turbo Green Air Jordan 1 is now dropping on February 15th. Please set that date in your calendars. I know we talk a lot about trash and Basuto on these lists, but this shoe right here is fire. I definitely want a pair, and I am on the hunt for an early pair, 11.5 or a 12 on them Turbo Greens. These are just, I mean, they look vintage. They look right up my alley. Definitely a dope shoe, but we'll talk about those more in a few weeks. And to end this week's Heater Hype, we got 2 more pairs of Jordan 1s to talk about. We have this new one, which is the University Red Air Jordan 1. And it seems like they're sticking with that yellowed out midsole on these joints right here. It's a pretty similar Air Jordan 1 to maybe like, what was it? The Best Hand in the Game pack with the red and the suedes. I'm not sure this one's gonna be suede, but you have the red and you have the red on the collar. Not too much of a color flip from some of the other Jordan 1s. Honestly, you know, the same colors always work on Jordan 1s. You know, red, black, and white, blue, black, and white. Anything black and white is usually gonna sell for Jordan 1s. These, to me personally, aren't as good as like something like the Bread Toe, something that would drop last year. So for me, it is pretty much an okay Jordan 1 release. But the last shoe we're gonna talk about is the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1. And the only reason I'm talking about these is because we got better photos. A lot better photos have been dropping of what this shoe is actually going to look like, and the quality looks crazy on them. And it does actually say Cactus Jack on the side behind the swoosh. You guys already know the deal. Y'all of course know I want these. I got what, 2 pairs of the Sails. They're gonna have a DS pair of Sail Travis's in here somewhere. So I got Sails, I got the original Travis Air Forces, and then my Travis 4s are over there. So I got every pair of Cactus Jacks, and I don't plan on stopping. Let me think. Well, the 33s, that's why I had to think about it. I'm probably gonna skip on those. But these ones, the ones will be cop. Don't worry about that. But that is it, man. That is a wrap for this week's Heater Hype. You know, not too much else going on. Really, it's gonna start heating up in February with All-Star Weekend. And y'all already know, weekly I'm gonna try to give you those updates, my thoughts. And don't be afraid to scream at me down below in the comments if there's something that you wanna talk about. So, much love to all the fan followers and of course supporters. You guys can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, Snapchat. The Snapchat is bull.tv, by the way. Here, there, blah, blah. Of course, I ain't got no shoes on me. So, Bullet RC, and I'm gonna see y'all on that next video. Y'all copy anything this week? For me, nah. I was chilling. I'm still working on that clothing haul video. I was waiting for one more box to come in, and it finally came in. So expect that within the next 2 days. Some good shit down here. But I'll see you on the next video. Peace.
It's robotic.